Bashers! Hello, everybody. I have a very strange background today. This is the Watch Fashion Police background because I got logged out of StreamYard the other day. I had to get a code for machine, and I thought nothing of it. And then I went to go check out my green screen backgrounds, and my studio was gone. And I looked for it on my computer, and I have no idea where it is. I didn't title it. I just found it and I used it and I thought it was cool. And that was the end of that. So here I am back in the studio, but apparently I'm in a Tom Ford shop and that's fine. I couldn't find anything that would work. I'll figure out where that was. And I just found for the last 10, that's why I put the clock back 10 minutes. I was like, where did my freaking green screen go? How bizarre and weird. Who's in the room? Starting with Andrew Wolkowicz, Canadian $5. Time is precious. Let those you care about have a smile. That's nice. Upvote and subscribe, everyone. I'm going to try to get that upvote thing be a little bit more diligent when it comes to asking people to upvote because it really helps out with the algorithm. We had a wonderful stream yesterday. I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up yesterday and having a grand old time. No, I didn't go to a restaurant because I did have to go home and make dinner. I got really a lot of color though. That's for sure. Not on the underside of my my forearm, which looks like, as Paul calls it, the underside of a shark, because I'm so goddamn white. Let's give him the big gong. Thank you, dearest Andrew. We love you so very much. Dave, Fahrenheit 451, upvoted number 6. Hey, that's good. Top 10. And you certainly are top drawer, my friend. And there's the beautiful Ray Ray Hubba Hubba on walkabout all evening with the big fella. I watched most of it. I commented and he didn't say anything. But that's okay. He went to Schiave and he went to the Zattere. I watched the whole thing and I was like, meh. I was like, man, I wish I was there. I'd help you kill that bottle of wine. That's for sure. It looked great. I wouldn't mind going for a little bit of a saline Salino white. That sounds great. Scotty H, Lord H. Hi, Dirk. Oshin was right where Katharine Hepburn fell into the canal in Summertime. As you know, Summertime is one of my all-time favorite films. David Lean, a very strange film for a guy named David Lean. Usually he does these big, monstrous epics. Summertime, one of my absolute favorite movies. She's a spinster. She's on a holiday. She's a school teacher. She falls in love with Rossano Brazzi, and he's a player, or so she thinks. And he, she buys this beautiful glass, and it turns out it's a touristy thing, but he claims it's original. And then she falls into the canal, and apparently she had a lifelong problem, inner ear disturbance, because, I guess the water back then was dirty. People love to talk about how dirty Venice is, and I love to correct them and say, you're so wrong. Maybe in 1952 or whenever that movie was. Is that 50 or 50? I should know that because it's one of my favorite movies. If you haven't seen it, starts out with a train, which most David Lean films always have a train in the distance, and it starts out with the train going over the trestle bridge into Santa Lucia Stazione, which is the first way I experienced Venice, not by plane, but by train. And I encourage everyone to please enter Venice by train for your first time. Then later on, you can go to Marco Polo. It is a magical experience because when you walk through the station, and it's a very nice station, it's kind of, fascista. It's very Mussolini architecture. It's very juxtaposition wise. It's very weird because it conflicts with the Venetian architecture. So, but when you get there and you walk outside, you will be starstruck. I mean, absolutely starstruck. That's how it works. You'll just be gobsmacked, as the Brits like to say, flummoxed, as I like to say. So thank you, Lord H. And I love that movie. As a matter of fact, I have it on Blu-ray. They remastered it and it looks glorious. Gavin, the Night Stalker is in it. Darren Gavin is in it as well. And he became a big television star later on. Alain Gilbert, don't take a chance because you might forget. Upvote now, please. Alain Gilbert, merci beaucoup, monsieur. Please do that. Carolyn Martin's here. Evening all. Let the bash begin. We're bashing. Are you Carolyn? Girl with the wrench. Lady with the wrench. It's Carolyn Martin, who, disclaimer, That watch that we showed the other day was offered to her, but it's the wrong size. It's a 40. She wants a 36. And had the girl give the girl whatever Carolyn wants, Carolyn gets. Andrew says, Dirk is in the closet. It's been a while. So it was a lot, like I always said, it was a lot more fun back in those days. Carlos Poggi, hey buddy, hey Dirk and gang, happy Wednesday to you, Carlos. It's great to see you. Drew B, Patron Sensacional with the pipe, the man with the pipe, Drew B, Drew B, Drew B. Billy G's here. Hey, Billy G. Great to see you. Melly C. How's Mark and Mindy? Good day, Dirk, and all the bashers. Purple being her signature color. Ray. Dirk, like yourself with Monty Python, could you recommend the funniest Woody Allen movie? Now, Woody Allen, very funny, obviously. Makes serious films, too. My favorite film of the modern era is Vicky Cristina Barcelona. I think that's an amazing film with amazing performances. Everybody got nominated for Academy Awards for that. And it was funny. I mean, it was the funny side of derangement, the funny side of, because in that film, they depicted crazy as crazy. You've met people who are that crazy, which is frightening when you see it's not Hollywood crazy or textbook crazy. That was crazy. Like I've seen crazy, and it was one of Scarlett Johansson's earlier films, and she's so incredibly lovely in it. And that girl, Rebecca Hall, that's her name, right? Rebecca Hall. She's British. You'd never even know it. And of course, I can't remember her name, and I've been trying to do it for the last two minutes. I'm talking. Won the Academy Award. She's Spanish. She's absolutely beautiful. She's married to. His name. My favorite, funniest Woody Allen movie, I'm gonna have to say Hannah and Her Sisters, because it's sophisticated and funny at the same time. He made early movies like Sleeper and Bananas, and Oisin's favorite Woody Allen movie is a serious film called Interiors, and that's a movie that is very hard to get through because it is very, very, very rough. Extraordinary performances, beautifully shot, but it's a downer, man. It's a total downer. But that's okay. Every once in a while. I watched a film last night. I don't know if anybody's seen it. It's called The Great, and her name is Hall. Lucille Hall. Is it Lucille Hall? Let me pull it up. Hold on a second. Let me get it. This was absolutely incredible. The Great. What was it called? Shit. I can't remember anything right now. Not enough caffeine. I'm cutting down on caffeine. I'm trying so hard. HBO. It was on HBO. And I can't believe that this film didn't get into movie theaters. It was Jessica Lange. It was called The Great Lillian Hall. Holy shit. First of all, it feels like a play within a movie. The way it's shot, the way the ensemble works. It's about a fictional American leading lady of the stage. And she's, working, she's doing Chekhov, The Cherry Orchard, and there's a new hot director and a real see you next Tuesday producer. And she's forgetful. And she's forgetting her lines. She's flubbing her lines. She's late. She gets lost. And it turns out she's got Lewy body Alzheimer's. She's got the beginning stages of dementia. And Pierce Brosnan is her neighbor. She lives in some ridiculously luxurious apartment on Central Park South. And she goes out on her balcony. This is the set piece that feels very much like a play where you don't even know if he's real or not because she imagines her dead husband as well. Jessica Lange, one of the absolute great actresses of screen, former model turned incredible actress, 2-time Oscar winner. It's a shame that they didn't give this film a little bit of theater time. What they do nowadays is when they make a movie, even if Netflix pays for it or whomever, they'll put it out in theaters for like a week or two, just so it can get Oscar buzz and Oscar consideration, because
she's so good in this that, Jessica Lange is always so good. And then I'll tell you my very interesting, well, I don't know, you maybe might not find it so interesting, story about her on stage. She's a great film actress. As for stage, I'm not so sure, because I saw her in A Streetcar Named Desire many years ago, where she played Blanche Dubois, and Alec Baldwin played Kowalski Stanley. And it was young when he was young and beautiful, and before he became a bloatus, and all the things he is now that I just can't even discuss. Now he's got a reality show. This guy's making every wrong move, every wrong move he could make. That terrible thing happened while he's making that low budget film that he's a producer on. That woman is dead. He pulled the trigger. He's a producer. Is he going to go to jail? His wife, who's a charlatan, his wife who pretended she was from Spain, and everything. He's got 50 kids, and now he's decided to do a reality show called The Baldwins, where he is going to be. We have this little thread on text messages where, me and Paul and Dana and Emma and Machine and Shay and a bunch of people, text thread. It was from vacation a million years ago, and every once in a while somebody will post something on that, and I saw the advert for it, and I couldn't believe how low can you possibly go. I mean, it's unreal. It's absolutely unreal. She opens up her big trap after the accident, and she's talking to the press. She should shut up. She's the one that says, "How do you say in English cucumber?" I always forget that. She forgets the word for cucumber when she's from Boston. Oh my God, that woman, like Meghan Markle and her, just irk me to the point where I just want to scream that anybody gives them any kind of airtime at all. It's so absolutely grotesque. Terrible. And I digress. Vasilios P from Greece. Good evening to all. Good evening to you, Vasilios. Scotty H says, Ralphie's dad. Who's Ralphie? I feel, here I go. Here I go again on my own. Don't know what that means. Tell me more. Who's Ralphie's dad? Andrew Olkowicz says, you make love wonderfully. Thank you. I practice whenever I'm alone. I said something. I don't generally make myself laugh. Yesterday, Emma was talking about yet another iBashers theme tune that this guy's so prolific, it's not even believable. And he says it's going to be Baroque, and he's like, the left hand is really hard, and I was like, yeah, my left hand is dead. And then I made a comment. I won't go any further than that because this is a PG show, right? Carolyn Martin, bless you. Andrew Wolkovich, Nathaniel Hannon with $4.99. Does today's green screen backdrop mean you're offering fashion comment? I am not, especially since I'm just wearing a plain black V-neck t-shirt. I have no fashion sensibility whatsoever today. It's really, really hot. And what I have to do in the studio is I have to turn the air conditioning off when I do the show because it's noisy, because the air conditioner is right behind the fireplace. So no, I won't be offering any of that. So for Nathaniel, let's give him, let's go find some of those great cowbells. More cowbell! I would never do fashion commentary without Michaela. She's our right-hand girl in that situation. Nathaniel, he had an OPSI with the program. Yeah, what happened was, Nathaniel, I got logged out of StreamYard, which is the program we use to run the iBashers World. And it's under the, Timeless Watch umbrella. So I cleared the cache on because it's stream-based. It's not like an app or anything. So my computer was running slow, so what did I do? I cleared all my history and cookies and all that stuff, and I got logged out. So when I logged back in, my backdrop was gone. This picture was gone too, but on my computer, on my desktop, it says Tom Ford Store, London. I was like, okay, so I have that, but I don't have any of my other ones. I mean, I'll show you what I have. I have absolutely nothing. I mean, you guys will find this amusing. I have a brick wall. I have somebody's luxury apartment with a cheap looking piano. I've got Sunday Mass. I found that one too. And I've got Watch Fashion Please. And that's it. That's all that's in there right now. I don't know where You know, it's not titled. I mean, basement studio, guitars on a wall. I mean, it's on my computer somewhere. I just don't know where it is. And that is the problem. And it feels weird because this feels so. I should be talking about hemlines and but cut on the bias. uh, I agree that the fashion commentary without Michaela would be an oopsie. I would never do that. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I need I first of all, I learned so much from her, and I feel like you know, we're comedic foils to one another. You know, she's been on fire lately, so incredibly funny and fashionable as always, and so smart. Scotty H is A Christmas Story. Sorry about not doing, you know, when I do the streams, yesterday's stream was really great. It was really hot. And now I'm drinking beer. What is that? Dirk doesn't drink beer. I had every time I go and I do one of the streams, I have a beer, but it's so hot, and a cold beer is good. But you know, I gotta say, I don't like beer in a plastic cup. It's gross. I'm not enjoying it at all whatsoever. No fun at all. Horrifying. Just tastes crappy. And by the time you get like 3/4 of the way through, it just feels like soapy black. Not into it at all. Not into it at all. So Nathaniel, you got that. And Scotty H, thank you so much. What is a mosquito in my room? Could you see that on the screen? Holy crap. First mosquito I've seen all year. Wow, that's so creepy. I thought maybe we want to take a look since I wasn't able to do Speedy Tuesday. We might want to go do and have a look at those new two-tone Speedies. I'm sure everybody went crazy doing that already, right? Where are they? New Speedmasters two-tone, right? Two-tone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. These are the new ones, the new bicolor Speedies. I mean, you know what I think? I think that Speedmaster is the ultimate tool watch. I don't think Speedmaster should be gussied up. Dials, sure. Precious metals, sure. Nathaniel's is one of the most beautiful Speedmasters I've ever touched, let alone put on my wrist. These just don't speak to me, and I'm sure everybody feels the same way. You know, I don't know. I don't know what Omega's thinking. I don't know what Reynolds is thinking. You know, the new bracelet looks very much like the it almost looks like where's my Speedy? It almost looks like the reduced bracelet, right? Almost looks like the reduced bracelet now. You know, see 5 link. It's very, very similar, if not the same exact bracelet as this. One of the most comfortable bracelets in the world. Came in 3 iterations, I believe. This is yellow, gold, white dial, golds, subs. Obviously, the rose gold is probably the most attractive. And they also have gold on the tachometer, which is kind of attractive. Stainless steel meets moonshine and Sedna gold. I thought there was 3 of them. Isn't there 3 of them? I thought there was 3. I guess there's only 2. I mean, what do you think of this, guys? Do you like this? I mean, I just don't understand why they need to do two-tone on a Speedmaster. It doesn't feel like the type of watch that needs that. If you want to go elegant, get Nathaniel's, get the full gold. That's amazing. Or get the green dial one. Those are amazing. But at this point, I just think it's very Gavone. And if you don't know what that means, you should look it up. It's slang. Gavone in Italian means like a glutton, but the American connotation, like the New Yorkese, the Brooklynese, Gavone is like a bad taste, very bad taste. Like he wears too much gold, pinky rings. You know, he wears the we used to call it the guinea horn, but I'm sure there's a name for it. You know, cornuto or cornoto. It's like when you see a Guido on the street and he's got like something that's like a Michael Kors watch and gold plated or something gross. But if he's got a little bit of money, he's going to get a tacky looking Rolex, or he's going to get this. And that pink is very, very pink. It's almost electric pink. I think, forgive me, Omega gods, I think Rolex does a much better job with their golds. I think it's a prettier, paler. It's like when you get rosé champagne. The paler the champagne, the better. It just looks better. This just looks very, very tacky to me. I am not loving. I'm just not loving it. I'm not loving it. Nathaniel Hannon with $1.99. A nice cold shandy after yard work. I haven't had a shandy since I was 8 years old. That's for sure. That's hilarious. A shandy. Shandy, tonight must last us forever. Big hit in Australia, not anywhere else. Hey, Roar the Tiger, how are you and your family doing? At Ray Ray, if you're open to a suggestion, try Celebrity. It stars Kenneth Branagh playing as if he was Woody. How interesting, Roar the Tiger. I'd never heard of this. Did I ever see Celebrity? Is that a Robert Altman film? Why am I getting a deja vu, a perfect impersonation? You gotta, do this. And what do you mean, doctor? What? A colonoscopy? I mean, he's a hypochondriac. He's the real nebbish, classic New York Jewish fella who's constantly ruled by his neuroses. He's the ultimate that. There's so many, and I've known so many of those guys who are so Woody Allenish, my mom used to say a great thing, and it was very kind. She used to say, everyone is beautiful when they're young. And yesterday we talked about Paul's Aunt Gloria and how she used to love and Paul's mom, beautiful, young, beautiful people. Woody Allen, he was never beautiful. He's a funny looking guy. He's googly looking. So he had to be funny. He's obviously more talented than that and controversial, depending on, Mia Farrow, brilliant actress, super kook, definitely. Liar, I don't know. Maybe. Ray Ray says, I'm a lumberjack and I don't care. A lumberjack. Poof. Ellen Gilbert says, almost like they want to compete with a similar design. Well, that's exactly what they're doing, Mr. Gilbert. That's what they're doing. This is Omega being absolutely as unimaginative as they can be. One, they have too many iterations of too many classic watches, and then they come out with something like this. No one in the world asked for this watch. Nobody ever asked for this watch. They just didn't. And I don't know who this speaks to. If they made it in 34 or 36, then it would be a very lovely ladies' watch. But we all know that the Lady Chrono fans are all going for Daytonas. Now, of course, I'm much more of an advocate for the beauty and history of the Omega Speedmaster. I don't like Daytonas. They're not my favorite watches. If somebody gave me one, I would sell it and get something else. It's not a watch I love. I don't like the screw down pushers. I just think it looks extremely lopsided. Doesn't have enough symmetry for me. I don't love the dial. It's just not my thing. I like a lot of Rolexes. I don't love that watch. I think the Speedmaster is the only thing that's great about those screw down crowns is that it's a waterproof watch. And, Omega's never made a waterproof Speedmaster. They should. I mean, why don't they do that instead? How about come out with, all right, so they came out with this two-tone shit, and that's great, and everybody's fine with that. That's fantastic. Good for you. Next thing up, Reynald, is you should come out with like a new edition Speedmaster undertow or something, and make that thing, give it 300 feet or even 100 feet, something where it's just, just gaskets aren't going to do the trick, depending. You could probably swim with these watches, but nobody does. Mine's much older and it's a reduced, but still, like if I'm wearing this and I'm going to go anywhere near water, this thing comes off. I got to say, I do that with every watch anyway. I do it anyway. I am wearing my new watch from Julian. I'm wearing my Seiko 323, and here it is. You guys got a really good look at it. It's green, so the green screen's not going to work. Maybe I should have gone commando today and just done a stream without the green screen entirely. I could have done that, but then it would have just been a green screen because I have a big giant green curtain behind me. That might have been weird. I agree. Yeah, that looks like Tudor, and Tudor is Tudor. I don't get it, man. I wish I did. I wish I understood the way this works. I wish I understood what they were thinking. I mean, that is absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Of course, the 3861. It's a beautiful. I really wish they'd go back to the copper movements of yesteryear. When you open up an old Omega movement, everything was red. Everything, just about. And it was so much more beautiful. They rhodium played and blah, blah, blah. And this is, while it's quite beautiful, because it's a great looking movement. Of course, these are all iterations from the Lamagna based, original movement. And now it, 321, 861, 1861, now the 3861 coaxial, it's anti-magnetic, blah, blah, blah. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. Absolutely amazing. I don't know how I feel about now. Can we see the back of the rose gold? Let me see. Did they do that? Did they do that? Oh shit, wouldn't that be amazing if they did that? Did they give rose gold accents for the movement on that? Wouldn't that have been a thing? I'm pretty sure that they okay, it's got the push, which is great. It's very adjustable. See that I never liked the look of this is with two tones. I never see that bracelet is almost identical to mine. I mean, it's the ovals, it's almost identical. It's really, they just basically copied this bracelet. Yeah, really, they did. I never liked the way a stainless steel case looks with a gold crown and gold pushers. I never liked it. I mean, but the black subdials, it is gorgeous. That the dial, I'm going to say, is beautiful. And I do like the bezel because they did that too. That's really, really nice. 310 20 42 50.02.001. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think you could ask for a discount on it right now. That's what I think. Well, there's only 2 references. I thought there was 3. I think you could probably, it's a waitlist item now, right? It's waitlist. It's going to be a waitlist for it's not a waitlist anymore. Oh, waitlist is already over. There's no way in hell that there's a line around the block for those. When there's a line around the block for swatches, and these are $20,000. I don't know. I just don't see what they were going for. I really don't get it. Vasilia says, yeah, the black sub, they are beautiful. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Roar the Tiger says, oh, it's a Woody Allen film. He did Celebrity. Okay, I knew it. So that's smart. He had somebody playing him. That's funny. There's a couple of people who do really good impersonations of Woody Allen. Not that he's that hard to do because he's such a characterization of himself. It's just he's such a caricature. So, Roar the Tiger upvoted. Thank you so much, everybody. Just please like and subscribe. We are a very light room today because I think the big guy is still streaming. And, that's what happens. What are you going to do? He's not rebel streaming me because we are partners in crime, and that's fine. He's taking everybody around Venice. Asilius, I do. Carolyn Martin says, I'm so glad I didn't buy Dirk the Daytona as I was going to. No, I'll take it. And you know what I'll have the next day? A white dial Milgauss and some change. But I promise I'll feed all the street animals. How's that? Carolyn, way to make him want to pull his hair out. I already pulled all my hair out. It's all gone. Oh, God. It's really fun. So I buzzed my hair the other day because it's so hot around here, and I will get rid of the beard. It's got to go. I know. But I only some baby steps at a time. And I was talking to my dear friend Patrick last night, and he's like, you got to get rid of the beard. I'm like, okay. I'm already doing what everybody says. I'm getting on the boat. I'm making a right. I'm making a left. So here's what happened after the show. You might find this relatively interesting. So where is it? Okay, so here it is. I'll show you what I got. Remember the day I was doing the big stream with Dana and Emmett and all that? It was amazing, right? So I got this charger from that, Bangladeshi guy. I don't think it was $27 or whatever. And it's, it says it's 10,000 amps, but who knows what the hell it really is. It says 10,000 on it. Can I get that up? Can I get a close up of that? Will you focus? Will you not focus? It works very, very well. I will say that, except the USB port on it, this USB-C port didn't work because I went to the Apple store right after I ended the stream. And I plugged in that exact cord that did not work into the wall at Apple, and it worked just fine. So I guess the USB-C port on this thing is dead. What's cool though is it has two USB-As, and whatever those, I don't even know what those ports are since I'm so indoctrinated into the Apple world. It's just a Samsung style cable. I don't know. It's kind of trapezoidal. I don't know if there's a name for that thing. I don't know. Out one, out two, these things. And then, but the worst part is, so I get home and then I take the actual charger that came with this device and I plug it into the USB slot and it started working. So it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder if that's just an in port and the other ones are out ports. Stupid. Dirk, you're an idiot. At the end of the day, the USB-C is just to give it power and the A's are to put the power out. I had no idea all this time. Who knew? What's with the OE? What's the OE with the sex machine thingy? What does that mean, Ray Ray? I'm having a beautiful Julius Meinl. I ordered some beautiful Michaela de Chatillon because I love the crema. Ray Ray, what exactly do you mean with what's the OE with the sex machine thing? I don't know what that means. Now you definitely need a shave, and I need a clip and then a shave. It's Mimi. When I auditioned for Rent, there's the main girl in that song her name is Mimi because it's based on La Boheme. Let's face it, it's totally stolen from that. And there's a great song that Roger sings, and that was the song that was one of the two audition songs that I had to sing. And the end of it is like a big operatic note, and it's just the word Mimi. And every time I had to sing it for them, I would just always think of my dear friend Mimi. It's so funny. It's like Mimi. It's like a big crazy thing, but it's probably an octave higher than that. But I'm not set up for that kind of volume in this room. Ray Ray says, thank you so much, memes. She's upvoted. She's live from the I-15 LA to Vegas fun run. She's going to see The Dead at the Sphere. I guess it's Dead and Company. Now, I guess that means John Mayer. Did anybody watch that John Mayer Audemars Piguet perpetual calendar shebangy video? I almost fell asleep twice while watching it. He needs to just go start drinking and banging celebrities because he's now so boring. I used to find him intriguing, snarky, comical, anecdotal, and now he's none of those things. He's just boring. He's a guy that had too much wine, too many girls, too many watches, and now he's boring. And he's in The Dead. And dearest Mimi knows that I just cannot tolerate any of the Grateful Dead's music at all. She's not either, so I can't say it's just for pot smokers. She's certainly not. But it's such a pothead mentality, and that music, it just meanders. Dirk hates jam bands. The guy who does the mashed potato, did he get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year? Not that anybody. Who cares? Who cares? Why does anybody care? I mean, it's just getting to the point where, who's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? A Tribe Called Quest and Fela Kuti, and I mean, what's rock and roll about any of that shit? Sure, we stole it all from black musicians and jazz and R&B, definitely stolen. Hip hop is not rock and roll. Dave Matthews, that's not rock and roll. What is that? It's some kind of folky pop. Traditional? There's nothing rock and roll about the Dave Matthews Band. He was never like rock and roll is the Rolling Stones, and I mean, not like I'm not the biggest Rolling Stones fan in the whole wide world, but I mean that's what rock and roll is. It's guys with guitars. Led Zeppelin is rock and roll. It's just, yeah, I know it's not Bill Haley in the Comets and all of that stuff, and it isn't. That's fine. But what does that have to do with what does what's his name? Mama said knock you out. How is that rock and roll? Madonna's not rock and roll. She's in the Hall of Fame. Is Cyndi Lauper in the Hall of Fame? Because she's way more freaking rock and roll than Madonna. She was in a rock band called Blue Angel. She's a real rocker and an incredible singer. I don't get any of that stuff. Who cares? That's all. Who cares? Carolyn Martin. I don't know. Who cares? Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Nobody should give a shit because it's so stupid. Rock and roll is not a place to put. It's a place for dinosaurs now because they're nominating all these. They've run out of people, so now they're coming up with the dumbest shit. It took them 20 years to put Pat Benatar in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She's the most rock and roll bitch that has ever been on a stage. Stevie Nicks got in there, 20 years ago? Why was Pat Benatar? Why was she not in there? I don't get it at all. I don't get it. Oh, Ray, Woody Allen with a sex. You're talking about Sleeper, right? Where they had the orgasmatron. They pass around that orb at the party, and I guess you hold it and you have an orgasm. Very interesting. Mimi says he's hanging out with old men. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Phil Lesh and Bill Kreutzmann, and that's it, right? That's all. Who else is in the dead meme? I mean, Jerry's dead. Pigpen's dead. Brent Midland is dead. I always forget the name of the other drummer. Why do I always remember Mickey Hart? Right. See, I don't know anything about the dead, but I know who all the members of the band are. I think they're amazing musicians. Don't get me wrong. My favorite song from them is called Box of Rain, and I think it's a great song. They have some stuff. The Sphere looks sick, and we are here for it all. Yeah, like JS, everybody knows, a guy who played with me in my solo band, and he played on the last Hitman record, and he did our Greek show with us. Fabulous drummer. He went by himself for one night, went to Las Vegas, and he caught COVID at the Sphere. He said it was incredible. I wouldn't go see U2 without Larry Mullen Jr. because that's not U2 to me. I loved how they were one for all for one, and U2 are all. Bono's practically a billionaire. These guys are worth so much money. There's no reason under the sun why they couldn't have held that until Larry had recuperated. I don't care what they think. They're just trying to be relevant. And you know what's the worst thing in the world? When an artist tries to be relevant. You either are or you aren't, and your art is what makes you relevant. And I don't think U2 has ever made a shitty record. They've made some records that people don't buy anymore. They made that record that they gave everybody to on iTunes, or now Apple Music or whatever it's called now, and I subscribed to it. And I got it, and I loved it, because I like U2. I didn't mind. Who cares about a free record? It's nice. You get a free record. I don't know. Vince Fine Art says Jellyfish. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. Jellyfish will never be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because nobody knows who they are but you and I, pal, and a handful of other people. It's not the same without him near. 60 years of him dead and gone. Masterpiece albums. Both of those records are two of the best sounding records I've ever heard in my entire life. Songwriting, playing, singing, the production, it's the most amazing thing. If you like the Beatles, the Partridge Family, Supertramp, Queen, if you like all those things, ELO, if you like that sound of music, it's that. It's candy. All of it is candy. And it's so beautifully made. Thanks, Vince Fine Arts. Scotty H, they caught dumping their poop in the... Who got caught dumping their poop in the Chicago River? Who did that? Oh, my God. That's crazy. Mimi says Phil Lesh doesn't play with them anymore. Oh, no. Who would they get? Leland Sklar? Because that's who everybody hires now. He's the number one guy that they get. It's unbelievable. Andrew Wolkovich, get a background with the 39 World's Fair. Listen to you. I should get that because that's Paul's favorite thing in the whole wide world. Anybody who knows Paul, he's obsessed with the 3940 and the 6465 New York World. The New York World's Fair. Our second album, Vivas Machina, Paul compiled this kind of like radio station. It goes dun, 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 dun. It's like somebody's turning a radio dial. I can't believe that he put that together. I think about it because we didn't. We were making a record and we said, it'd be cool if we had an intro. And Paul did the whole thing. And it's like, a brand new Chevrolet Sport Coupe. Christine Jorgensen went to Europe and transformed from a boy into a girl. Lands already to buy rock and roll. New York World's Fair. Amazing. And he's obsessed with that. So he had to sneak in the World's Fair. And there's pictures of us at the World's Fair because that's what we do. We listen to our art directors. Orgasmatron is also a Motorhead album. Some good tracks too. Oh, is that true? I mean, I only have 2 Motorhead records, and it's not something I listen to. I met Lemmy a couple of times, and he was a fun, very interesting character. That is for sure. I have Ace of Spades, and I forget what the other one. The other one I have is I don't know. I don't remember. Mimi says there are 2 great younger musicians, Util Burbridge and Jeff Chiamenti. Billy Kreutzmann, the drummer, not doing these shows. Oh no, Jay Lane. Oh, along with Mickey Hart. Okay, Bob Weir and John Mayer. Okay, well, Bob Weir can't quit because he's the face, isn't he? Carry On P says, YouTube have not been relevant since 2010, I'd say. And I say this as a fan. They are still selling out big stadiums, but their time has come and gone. I mean, they're a legacy act now. I mean, that's the terminology for it, because today's music, and listen, you know, they did that album Pop with Howie B, and that's my favorite U2 record. And I love all their records, but Pop is my favorite. It's not Danny Lanois. I know that. It's not Brian Eno, but it's Howie B. And they were trying to be more experimental, discotheque. Do you feel loved? Gone. Please get up off your knees now, please. Amazing album. Every song on that record I love. There's not a shitty song on that record. And that record flopped because people want to hear, you know, they want to hear I still haven't found what I'm looking for, and Where the Streets Have No Name. And it's amazing that, you know, Beautiful Day. I mean, that was their renaissance. That record came out, ready for this, 24 years ago, 2000. I bought 2 records in that year. I bought Sing When You're Winning by Robbie Williams, and I bought the U2 record. And I loved them both. My favorite record, my favorite song on All That You Can't Leave Behind is Walk On. Love it. Absolutely great. That's who complete the group. Thank you for the lesson, because I had no idea. I just thought it was all the guys in the Dead except Jerry. That's what I thought. Montreal dumps raw sewage into the St. Lawrence Seaway. You wouldn't think that's something Canadians would consider doing. That sounds so un-Canadian. I gotta clean my screen because I see some green screen artifacts right now. I don't like it. There it is. It's weird. So it's really a band of younger, great musicians with Bobby and Mickey as the OGs. Okay, that's fine. Okay. R&B gave birth to rock and roll. Check Caledonia's Son by Louis Jordan. Yeah, sure. I agree. I've heard that, and I know it's true. Yeah, we totally stole. We totally nicked that all from all the great R&B artists. That's where it comes from. Amazing. Carlos Paggi says, Built for Speed. I'll check that out. Big Tom and the Haymakers. I dares you, Dirk. Big Tom. I don't know what that means. Big Tom and the Haymakers. I have no idea. The temperature says 112 cruising through. Wow, that's fucked. I'll never forget once we were going to a wedding, and we were in San Francisco, and it was like 60 degrees, and we were in sweaters, and we got in rental cars, and we drove up to Healdsburg, and we opened up the door, and it was 110 degrees, and literally it felt like we got slammed in the face with a hammer. It was the weirdest thing in the world. It was crazy. The Dave Matthews Band. What is the Dave Matthews Band? I mean, I know who they are. Oh, that's what that is? Big Tom and the Haymakers. Is that a Dave Matthews song, or is that their alter ego when they try to sneak into a club and play? I have no idea. I have no idea what that means. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for everybody's favorite part of the show. And I don't get to do it as much as I used to. And where the hell is it? Yeah, there it is. Ready, ladies and gentlemen? It is time for the Gallery of Bastards.
The Gallery of Bastards. Send me the shots, the sublime views of words. The Gallery of Bastards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
So fun, Emmett. So fun. Look, I have a nice collection of the Gallery of Bastards. Let's see what Farrell's got going. A Mini Cooper. Let's share that away. Beautiful. Oh, it's a great color red too, man. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's blow that up. 2 shots. Oh, is this brand new? Did you just get it? I love a Mini Cooper. They're fun. I don't have a driver's license, but I know how to drive. And I've driven in Ireland too. On the other side. On the other side. On the grass. Beautiful, man. Congratulations. And I love how you blocked out your license plate. Aren't you a smarty? That's what you should do. Because you know, people come after you. Here's something from Ken. Oh, I love this. Melly C, you might enjoy this. It's not Peanuts related, but this is this George of the Jungle? George of the Jungle. George of the Jungle. What a cute watch. Oh my God, that's adorable. I would totally wear that. I love the hands, blue and red. Very colorful and fun. Hey, that's cool. Amazing. Ray says no, the Big Tom and the Haymakers. Dude, I love trad and Irish country. I would totally love that. But I don't like that. I don't what's no matter what you say, right? That's isn't that the mashed potato guy? I always call him the mashed potato guy because he does that mashed potato dance when he's playing. I don't know. Just that music does absolutely dick diddly for me. Absolutely nothing. I'm not saying he's not a nice guy. I'm sure he's a very, very nice fella. Curious George. I'm like, George off the jungle. My sister, who knows everything, said Curious George, because you're right. Curious George. I'm surprised that he hasn't been canceled yet. You know why? He's curious. You're not allowed to be curious anymore. What does that mean? You're curious. HR. Dean McKenzie's asking if we want pizza. Dirk always wants pizza because it's Dirk's favorite food. That Seinfeld episode, Jimmy thinks Elaine looks nice tonight. The guy who spoke in the third person. Look at that. My friend John has one of these, and he's never made me pizza. Oh, shit, and he just sold his house. Oh, my God. Does that mean he doesn't have it because he built it? Oh, wow. I just thought of that. He loved his pizza oven, but it was built into like the yard. Into like a brick structure. It was not one of these things, which you could get a couple of fellas to pick it up. If I had a pizza oven, man, I'd be in big, big, big trouble. So I love pizza. I already prepared today's dinner. I made orecchiette with, I first in a pan, I caramelized onions. Then I added fresh peas and like a balsamic reduction with butter. And I made orecchiette, and I'm going to serve it as a cold salad. I already made that earlier. Because I only had one errand, because yesterday I went to go pick up Rose's prescription, and it was the wrong, they didn't have the right dosage, so I went and got that today. Which was fine. That's just the way it works. Andrew Wolkowicz, with some great kitty photos. Here's the 29-year-old kids. Look at this. Look at them. You spoiled brats, you. And you know what? They're so healthy and robust, and their weight is so good. I bet if Laverne had kept her weight on and I hadn't started with that, the vet said she was too fat. I probably should never have allowed that. I put her on this very strict. It wasn't like I was starving her. I just gave her a lower calorie. It was just cold. It was just pure tuna. And it was pure chicken, and then she got IBD. I always mess that up. They're beautiful. Look at these guys having a great old time. And man, that looks like the perfect blanket the cats would destroy. I mean, that texture is like begging for a cat to ruin it. Look at that. How in the world did they not do that already? You just keep their nails very short, I'm assuming. Wow. Thank you so much, Andrew. They're beautiful. You know I love them. And I love the cat pictures. People ask me, do they make me sad? No, they make me happy. I love to see everybody's beautiful cats, and I'm so grateful that you have them. This collection is from Richard. How interesting. And let's see what he says in the email, because there's the Kingdom of Fife, so no one knows where it is. It's where the home of St. Andrew's Golf Course is. How cool is that? We've all seen it on the television, right? We've all seen it on telly, and now let's see it in the flesh. How interesting. Thank you for that. Here's the plaque. Somebody needs to go around there with a anti-corrosive sponge. How did they? It's under lucite. Oh, they need to put a new one on top of that, don't they? And look, the rivet's missing. Look what's going on here. From the viewpoint of the valley of the fourth estuary can be seen the river full of... Oh, amazing. There's one missing up there too. Oh, wow, that's quite beautiful. Lovely. And there's the other side of it. Huh. Wow. Beautiful. Scotland. Aye. I will. What's that from? I will. It's not from Braveheart. So don't say Braveheart. Thank you so much for that. Oh, Mr. Bond. You're interesting, Mr. Bond. Hi, Dirk. Great chats tonight. Had a bastard day. I'm sorry. I hate when that happens. Sometimes, some days are just worse than others. Your humor made that disappear. Nah, it's all you guys, man. Cheers. Keep up the great work. It's people like you that make it all worthwhile and interesting. So thank you so much. That's very kind of you to say. I do this for you guys. It's your show. I just host it. Remember that. It certainly is. Easy E with some beautiful flowers, artificial flowers. He brought artificial flowers. Those are not artificial flowers. This is the handiwork of Easy E because he takes care of the buildings, gardens. Because nobody else will. Oh, lilies. Keep your cats away from that. You know, it's funny. You know, lilies are poisonous to cats. They can kill them within 24 hours. I don't know how this happened, but I've had a lily outside. Here's my deck, and then off the deck is the roof, and there's a big pot down there, and there's a lily in there. And that lily has been in there for about 28 years, and I never water it because I don't want anything to do with it. But right now, it's beautiful and bloomed, and there's lilies all over the place. And I always made sure it was nowhere near any of my cats could get a hold of it. And I water all my plants all day long, and I've never watered that ever because I'm just, I resent it because it can kill cats. They're beautiful and they're hardy because I've done nothing. That is gorgeous, Easy. Wow. Easy, next, are you here tonight? Next, Dirk about to the end of the world. I want to get some hookups. I want to get some guest stars. And I was talking to someone who will remain nameless this morning. And this summer, what we're going to plan to do is we're going to pick a date and we're going to do a group Dirk meetup. So we're going to do a Dirk About meetup. I'm going to do a Dirk About, and then we're all going to meet whoever's in New York at the time. And you'll just RSVP and we'll know. We're probably going to do it midsummer. And it's going to be a meetup of all the Bashtardos who can make it to New York to have like a dinner or a hangout and have a really great time getting to know each other one-on-one across the table over a drink or a coffee or whatever it is that you like to imbibe. So we were talking about that, and that sounds like a really fun plan to me because, if you're in the New York area or if you're planning to come to here, send me emails at basherdirk@gmail.com. That's basherdirk@gmail.com. BASHERDIRK@gmail.com. And tell me what your plans are because we haven't picked a date yet, but maybe we'll tailor it around a trip that you might be making. There are some of us who live in the tri-state area, and that would be great. When I do get around to traveling again, I will let everybody know because I'll bash about in those places too. And you tell me if you're around and we'll meet up. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for that, Mr. Easy. Scotty Love. Oh, look at this great shot. It's California dream. He's California dreaming. California dreaming. For those of you who are listening on the radio and you can't watch the show, what I'm assuming is his beautiful wife in a field filled with lavender on the coast. It looks like either Big Sur or Monterey or Stinson Beach or one of those kind of amazing places. Because I see a cliff and the sea, and it's California. I see a bonsai tree. I see what looks like could be an olive tree, and a very beautiful lady walking down a path filled with heathers and lavender. Quite beautiful. And and staring at a museum picture of the Grand Canal while staring at Santa Maria della Salute. And it's funny because the Abbey is in the painting, but the building in the foreground is not there anymore. I don't think it is. Could be. Oh, you know what? It might very well be. Next to that would be the Centurion. And then there's a picture of the Doge's Palace and the Campanile, which looks tilted. And it isn't in real life. It's not the Tower of Pisa. But it certainly looks... Is the picture crooked? Does that picture look crooked? Or do you think the actual thing is crooked? Or do you think that the guy, they painted it? Maybe the tower was tilting at one time. That's some interesting history that I don't know. And then a beautiful dog on the beach. Oh my God, your hound dog is beautiful. Well, oh, beautiful puppy. Black Labrador. Hey, and then twin Omegas. Look at that. Fantastic. Wow, we have a Planet Ocean on a Milanese, and we have a Speedmaster Professional on leather. Looking great. Look at that. Fantastic. What's going on with your Hesselite? Does that look a little... Did you have a Hesselite accident, Howie Love? Or is that just the very strange thing that Hesselite does? Beautiful watches, man. My father-in-law has that exact watch. Not on the Milanese, but he has that Planet Ocean. Now, that Planet Ocean is a diver. You could dive with that. It's got... But look at the way they do screw-down crowns. They're not so obtrusive. Amazing. Amazing shots. Thank you so much for those. Looking great. That's the incredible Scott E. Love, who got me those beautiful wine glasses that I haven't used in a couple weeks because I've been out doing the Bastards, the Bashabouts. That's what I've been doing. Thank you for that. Oh, hey, Mimi's got Casa de Gatti. Pictures of her feline friends. Beautiful. Oh, look at you. You're a stunner. Look at that. On a leash because she's got coyotes where she lives. Look at that. They love each other. Cats love each other and then they fight. It's so funny. I'm sorry I have the banner on. I didn't realize I had that on. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you for that comments, Ray. I'll go back so everybody gets to see the full thing without the banner. I'm walking and chewing gum here, there, Ray. Yesterday, he's like, Oshin's like, hey man, you lost like a bunch of subscribers at the end. Was it because you lost power, or was it for the gay shit? Like, what gay shit? You're like, were you kissing Ray? Not literally. Funny. You funny person. Oh, look at you, you baby. Now that is a beautiful cat. Look at that. Not that the others aren't beautiful, but something about black cats, and I know Meme will agree. You beautiful. Oh, God. Why is that doing that? Oh, because I can't blow it up? It's cool. It had a little light show. Thank you, Meme. What a great thing. What a great thing. And then I got an email from Tertia Funk, and it says, thank you for your order. I didn't order anything. And it says, here's your electronic invoice for accuracy. And I'm like, what is this? It was for McAfee. Remember that guy, McAfee? It's like a virus. I don't have virus protection software on my Mac. I have something called Clean My Mac, which is very smart, and everybody should have that. And it's great. But this is a brand new email address, and already it's corrupted. Shit. Then a message from Julianne. So lovely to see the watch on your wrist walking around New York. And when you walked up to my favorite Art Deco building, the Chrysler, I was deeply touched because there was this little bit of my DNA standing right outside the door. That's the closest I'll ever get to it. Aw. Spent most of the day at the hospital getting checked out for the operation on the 20th. He's having a procedure, but it's going to be great. And everything seemed to pass all the tests, and just got home absolutely exhausted. Went to bed for a good night's sleep. Wishing you the best, Julian. And I'm wearing it again today. I'm breaking it in. And now that I know the Chrysler building is your favorite building, my dad worked there for 40 years. How about that? Did not know that. I'm going to try to find something special for you, mister. And there's no pictures there. That's just why I was reading it. Ray's got a picture. What does it say on the email? Is this for someone in particular? It just says no subject. No reply at all. Poor Phil Collins. He's not doing well. Budaberg, ginger beer, Bundaberg, Bundaberg, Australian owned. I can't drink ginger beer. It's too, I don't know, too sharp for me. Looking great with your Seiko. What do you got? What's this stuff? What's in the box here? Oh, it's a pack of cigarettes. I'm like, what is that? I had no idea. I was like, that's right, because they put like, pictures of people's black lungs in Ireland on the label. Like, it's like a pack of Marlboros, but it's just got like lungs that are littered with cancer on the covers of them, or just like destroyed organs or dead fetuses. That's what they do in Europe. Scotty H, Lord H. Look at the horsies in the campo. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, they're gorgeous. Oh, man. Oh, is it deer? This deer is okay, right? Is it just sleeping? Tell me it's not dead. So Sheen had that dead, rotting animal. I mean, I know that's nature and everything. Scott, thank you for that so much. Mr. H, Lord H, and Chitada. Oh, she's a beauty. She's a superstar now. She's a superstar. Chitada. Look at her. Look at that chubby calico lady with the little explodo. She's got a little goatee. Little, what do you call that little thing? Soul patch. Oh, look at the eye color. Translucent. They're beautiful. She's a beauty. Oh, man. What a doll. Oh, how I miss the feistiness. Miss it so much. Now I just talk to myself at home, which is so weird. Thank you so much for that. I love when you share your pets, man. Thank you so much, Lord H. Andrew says the ladies are ready to bash. Look at these ladies. These are like, these are the oldest cats in the world. You might have a Guinness Book of World Record. Look at this. And they don't look that old. They look young. They look so beautiful. They're in such amazing shape. Andrew, you're a legend. You are a legend, sir. Uh-oh, Melly C with some Mork and Mindy action. It's funny. I don't even use my camera very much on my phone because all I did was take pictures of the Laverne. I use it to film Basherdirk abouts. Look at you, Mork. Look at that. Oh, what a kitty baby. Oh. Hey, that is a cat that is enjoying soaking up all the vitamin D. Yeah, okay, you startled him now. Oh, and look at her. She is sacked out. That is sacked out. Look at her with her cute little gloves. Oh, she's so cute. I love her. I love Mork too, but she destroys me. She looks so much like my beautiful Glaucus, but she's a girl, and girls are special. Sleepy time from Andrew. Oh, I love when they go to sleep. This is the greatest thing in the whole wide world when they put their paw over their face. That's basically just don't fuck with me. That's what that means. When they just want to sleep. Oh, Andrew. Thank you so much. And Vasilios P to close out the gallery of bastards. Here it is. What is this, an MG? Yeah, it is. Wow, I'm pretty good. Great color, great racing stripe. Wow. Something you don't see in Greece very often. Where is this, in Athens? I know that, a lot of cities look the same, and this street looks very much where my Hitman's record company is. It's called No Remorse Records. It's actually a record company that opened up a record store, and the record store is called No Remorse. So we went there to meet the owner of the record company and see the imports and sign a bunch of stuff. And that was really fun. It looked just like this block. It had the same kind of slope. It had that same kind of sidewalk. Very, very interesting. It's in your hometown, Vasilios. Okay, great. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Well, let me get that off the screen. Thank you so much. That is the
The gallery of bastards. Send me the shots, the sublime views of words. The gallery of bastards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
The Gallery of Bastards. It's your show. I just hosted. Send me your pictures to bashtardirk@gmail.com. I'll feature them tomorrow because we're going to do another studio show because Friday I'm going out and about. I'm going to do a duck about to the end of the world. Faces and places unknown. Those aren't even the lyrics. I think I sang it once or twice. I sang it twice. Let's see. Andrew Wolkovich says he had a Curious George doll when he was 4. I never had Curious George. He's now 52. Where does the time go? There's a great song called Who Knows Where the Time Goes. It's a Sandy Denny song. Now, for those of you who don't know, Sandy Denny was the singer in a band called Fairport Convention. One of the great English folk artists. She is also the featured singer on the Battle of Evermore on Led Zeppelin 4. And she's beautiful. And a lot of people have covered Who Knows Where the Time Goes. Most notably, the queen of stealing people's thunder, Judy Blue Eyes. What's her face? Judy Collins? Judy Collins. She's the one that, like, she was, as my father would say, the town bicycle in the Canyon era, the era of the Canyon. Like both sides now. She had the big hit with it. Who Knows Where the Time Goes? She had the big hit with it. Crazy stuff. I don't actually trim their claws. I've never needed to ever take any of them to a vet. They don't get sick. Maybe that's the thing. He also says, you don't bring me flowers. You don't sing me love songs. You hardly talk to me anymore. You just lay there on the floor till I sweep them away. Amazing song. Can't have plants in the house. Very little freelizers go crazy. Yeah, just make sure you never have lilies because they're very freaking dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Andrew says, I might actually gain subscribers if you really were kissing her. I respect people's boundaries, okay? As we all should. Ray says, stop it, Andrew. You're awful. But I do. Cigarettes and beer go so well together. Hey, hands, knees, and toss. Haven't seen you in a while. There you are in the room. Great to see you of the Starfish Enterprise. That's funny. Top of the morning to you as well. Yeah, little Chub's just so cute. Mork loves the sun. You could tell. I haven't moved any of Laverne's stuff. Her desk bed is here. Her bed in front of the deck door is there. She used to love to go there and get all her morning sunshine after her breakfast and just lay there for hours until it was time to eat again and then play and all that. And I haven't removed any of it because I just can't. Her bowl is on the floor in the kitchen. I just can't do it. Can't do it. Nanu. That is Mork and Mindy. Roar the Tiger says, in the Chrysler building, the elevators used to have to go as the top floor listed as the Cloud Club. Now, I mentioned the Cloud Club yesterday because I've been in it. Because, like I said, my dad was with American Airlines for 43 years. And at some point, my sister and I were up there. So it was the Cloud Club. It was a beautiful club where the triangle windows are. Now they're lit up. They weren't back in the day. And it was a bar and a restaurant. And then it became, I believe, a hair salon. And now it's dentist offices. But when we were kids, it was the remnants. It was a cafeteria for employees of American Airlines. And then it was abandoned. And it was abandoned for like 30 years, I think. I'm not really sure. Yeah. Hands, knees, and toes. Knew the pianist in Fairport. Really? She was my sister's best friend's mom. That's amazing. Ray wants to know if I could do a Sweet Child of Time cover someday. I'll super chat for it. Sure, Ray. I don't know if that's such a weird song to sing. That's the thing about Guns N' Roses. And, I technically met them before they were famous. They played the Limelight. I guess they were like Appetite was out and nobody cared because that album was out for a long time before it took off. And I used to play the Limelight all the time and we were always there. And I remember my friend wanted to see this band called Guns N' Roses. And I walked over Slash and Izzy. They were like passed out on the floor. And Axel was just sitting in a corner smoking cigarettes but I was just back there and I met them and we didn't really exchange anything, but I remember when they played live, they were very, very good. It wasn't my cup of tea per se, because they're dirtbaggy. and they played Sweet Child of Mine, and I went, oh wow, that's a very interesting song. And of course it's gigantic. Forever. Heads, knees, does. That's the Dirk Emery character. Aha, Dick Emery, right? That's what you meant. Head, knees, does. Remember that from the 70s show? I do indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 20 minutes after 6, and that is the show for today. I want to thank every single person who contributed to the Gallery of Bastards. Please send me your pics, the sublime and obscure, at bashtardirk@gmail.com, and I'll get them on tomorrow's show because we're going to do another show straight from the studio tomorrow. And we will also be doing, I'll be doing a bash about to the end of the world after Who Needs a Drink at 6 p.m. on Friday. Tell me where you want me to go. Send me your comments to bashtardirk@gmail.com. I want to thank everybody in the Patreon pantheon: Jim Lassick, Andrew Wokowicz, Go Moto Soto, Nick Sisto, Complicated Time, Fergal McDermott, Nathaniel Hannon, Dana O'Malley, Lord Scotty H., Dean McKenzie, Al Benedetti, Angelo Minichello, Gasman 308, and his beautiful wife, Danny L., Dave Fahrenheit 451, Dave Fitzsimons, Lady with the Wrench, Carolyn Martin, Easy E, me, Chris, Upper East Side, and Drew B. Thank you guys for being Patreons, and thank you for being beautiful people, and I appreciate all that you do. And when you come to my channel, I know that you're enjoying the walkabouts, and the studio's a little bit boring, especially when Ashin's probably out drinking and having a good time, and he's probably still on. I have no clue, because we had a very small crew in here, and I don't care. It's fine. The core crew here, the people I know and love, are all here. And if they didn't want to come to the show today, well, then that's their problem. It's none of my goddamn business. That's all I have to say. They're missing out on the camaraderie that is the iBashers, the kindness that is the iBashers. And as I end every single show, my dearest friends, please remember to hold the door open, say please and thank you, and always remember that when you encounter unkindness, you can't always know what that person's going through. It could be something really bad. They might just be having a bad day, or maybe they're just a total